Charlotte Commissioners give final nod to nearly $1 billion budget. By Ted Carter. Sun correspondent. Charlotte County Commissioners have adopted a fiscal 2016-17 budget of $997.5 million, closing a budgeting process that set a tax rate of 6.3007 mils, the same rate as last year. Commissioners gave final approval this week without comment. A single citizen, Ed Zubal, spoke at the final public hearing, urging commissioners to be mindful of the burden taxes put on retirees on fixed incomes. If you folks aren't on Social Security, once you're on it you're going to experience it, Zubal said of covering taxes and other living expenses with Social Security checks that have had only slight increases the past several years. In the newly adopted budget, increases in property valuations generated $7.4 million more for the county than did last year's 6.3007 mil countywide tax rate. In the new budget, the countywide tax levy is projected to generate $203 million. The countywide rate exceeds the rollback rate of 6.0100 mils by 4.84%. The rollback rate is the rate at which the millage will generate the same total revenue in the new fiscal year as it did in the previous year. 1 mil is equal to $1 per $1,000 of assessed property value. The largest chunk of revenues for the new budget will come from $756 million in non-ad valorem funds and municipal service benefit units, or MSBUS. Increases in some of the county's municipal service taxing units will mean some residents will pay a little more in taxes to generate the $92 million budgeted for the taxing units. The increases are under 1 mil and are for Greater Charlotte Lighting District, Stump Pass Beach Renourishment Unit, Don Pedro/Night Island Street and Drainage Unit, Minnesota Key Street and Drainage Unit, Sandhill Municipal Service Taxing Unit. The millage for the Charlotte County Municipal Service Taxing Unit for Law Enforcement, which funds the Sheriff's Office, will go from a rollback rate of 2.4578 mils to 2.5855, an increase of 5.2%. Property valuations rose to nearly $14 billion. Budget Director Gordon Berger attributed the more than 6% valuation rise to property sales and new construction. Valuations went as high as $23 billion in the 2006 to 2007 post-Hurricane Charlie building boom before settling back to today's far lower level. While the total proposed budget is $997.5 million, the net budget is $670.4 million. Based on deducting $108.3 million in fund transfers between departments and allocating $218.8 million to the county's reserves. This is an annual practice by which commissioners set aside 15% of the budget as rainy day money. The budget also includes $264 million from non-ad valorem sources such as grants, gasoline taxes and sales taxes. In interviews before this week's budget adoption, community activists Denise Garbage and William Bigelow voiced hope that future budgets put larger priorities on infrastructure needs. Garbage, who has led a campaign to generate interest in incorporating Port Charlotte, said water and sewer expansions and more sidewalks are her priorities. Children, she said, are going to school walking on the side of the road. Garbage conceded that it is difficult to make sidewalks a hot-button issue in a county with an older population, though she emphasized that seniors would also benefit from more sidewalks. Public utilities, she said, are a must for an unincorporated community such as Port Charlotte and its more than 60,000 residents. Commissioners, Garbage said, must do a better job prioritizing their spending. Garbage said a lack of citizen support has forced organizers to suspend the campaign to incorporate Port Charlotte. She attributed the weak support to unmerited concerns over higher taxes and fees and an unwillingness to create a new layer of government. She said she expects an in-depth analysis expected to be completed in a few weeks will show incorporation is revenue neutral. Bigelow was far more critical than Garbage in assessing the budget work of county commissioners. "We have a rotting infrastructure in this county and have no money to fix it," said Bigelow, a former board member of the Tea Party of Punta Gorda. "Commissioners in this county won't address the future. They live day to day, from firefight to firefight. They won't address what is coming," added Bigelow, who worked as a commercial banker for National Bank of Detroit and later owned a financial consulting company. Bigelow said he is especially disturbed by the growing number of special taxation units county commissioners have created and the fees they levy for them. He estimated that combined with the county-wide ad valorem millage, the units would put Charlotte's actual tax rate at 14 mils. "They are exceeding the limit by saying it is a fee," he said. Berger, the county's finance director, said it is difficult to tally the millage represented by the multiple taxing units because few of them are assessed across the entire county. "That is what the aggregate millage attempts to get at," he said, referring to the 8.7807 mils that make up the aggregate millage in the new budget. "No matter how it's calculated," said Bigelow, "the assessments represent a huge tab for Charlotte taxpayers. Given that the levies have increased on a regular basis, the latest being for FY 201,617, I think the per capita fee differential between Charlotte County and the other 66 counties has actually increased above 830%, he said in an email.